Here in the U.S., we are hearing for the first time from one of the 3 Palestinian Americans shot last weekend in Vermont in a suspected hate crime. 20-year-old Kinnan Abdalhamid was not seriously hurt, but his 2 friends are still in the hospital, one with a serious spinal injury. Errol Barnett sat down with Kinnan and his mom.
20-year-old students Kinnan Abdalhamid, Tahsin Ahmed and Hisham Awatani have a bond forged in the West Bank.
Since we're very close friends, and we all managed to make it to the U.S. in different colleges. So Hisham's grandmother's spot was really a good meeting spot. Vermont kind of came in between where we were at, so we all just kind of flew there.
Their lives nearly came to a tragic end last Saturday after they encountered a man on a porch while walking around Burlington.
And we're speaking kind of like Arabic, so a mix of Arabic and English. He, without hesitation, just went down the stairs, pulled out a firearm, a pistol, and started shooting.
Abdalhamid ran for his life.
What else is going through your mind at that moment?
Honestly, it was so surreal that I couldn't really think. It was kind of like a fight or flight. I jumped the fence, hid behind the backyard of one of the houses, random houses, and I was shaking for about a minute. I was nearly sure that both my friends were dead.
He flagged down help from a nearby house. A trained EMT, Abdalhamid realized he was also hurt.
When I sat down, I felt this extreme spike of pain, and that's when I realized I might be shot. So I put my hand where the pain was, and then I looked at it, and it was soaked in blood. I was like, holy shit, I was shot.
His mother, Tamara Tamimi, was asleep in Jerusalem when she got the call.
You were saying when you received the call, another mother had said the young man had been shot.
I'm screaming like, shot where? Shot how? Why? What happened? Is he okay? Is he dead? Is he dead? Is he dead? And I was just screaming. And then I passed out.
Abdalhamid was taken to the hospital where he begged doctors for news about his friends.
I was like, no, are my friends alive? They were able to ask, and they told me, and that's when I was really a lot more relieved and in a lot better mental state than I was.
Now, so is the rest of Abdalhamid's family. After several days of trying, his mother finally found a way out of Jerusalem and back to her son.
What was the first thing you said to your son when you saw him for the first time?
I was just crying, and it's just really emotional. I was holding him and just touching his face, just like, oh my God, he's real, and he's standing here, and he's okay, and he's breathing, and he's alive.
Now, CBS News has learned that an ex-girlfriend of the suspect called the police back in 2013, asking them to confiscate his shotgun, complaining he had a history of mental illness and had been violent toward her. Now, it's not clear if that gun was ever returned to the suspect, but of course, Saturday's incident comes amid this rise in anti-Muslim attacks across the country, including the stabbing of a 6-year-old Palestinian American back in October, which the family cites, guys, as a part of this climate of hate against Palestinians. Yes. They say this was a hate crime.
Oh, it definitely feels like a hate. It's one of those things, if it looks like a duck, sounds like a duck, walks like a duck, it's probably a duck. I keep thinking about Kinan's mom. You get a call in Israel that your son has been shot in Vermont.
Right.
In Vermont, I don't even know how you process something like that.
What stunned me is that Kinnan said he's not mad at the shooter, which really stunned me. And I said, why not? And he says it's because it seems as though he lives a pretty miserable life. Yeah. He thinks the mental health argument is a cop-out. He says reach for antidepressants, not a handgun.
Yeah.
But Mrs. Tamimi said that it's not just Palestinians. Jewish Americans, other minorities in the country are experiencing this climate of hate, and that we all need to do more to erase it.
Yeah, just walking down the street. Errol, thank you very much for that interview. Appreciate it.